welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio Podcast, episode 277. Is that correct, Pete?
Yes.
I think it is. Okay, this is a very chilled show. It's very, very chilled and low key. We're going to talk about the Avengers. No, we're not going to talk about the Avengers. Well, I
We
think
are
we're
not.
going to.
But there might be lots
okay.
of mischief.
There's always mischief here. So it might be a low-key show after all. Hello, Danka.
Howdy.
Oh, no.
I've sorted it, don't worry.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Yeah, they're already on it. But yes, I'm your co-host, Kiley Wilde. If you didn't know that, why not? And I'm joined by my ever-present co-host, Pete Beckett.
Howdy.
Now, this is going to be an interesting one.
Always is.
Because I'm going to say, Pete, how's your 4 weeks been?
Yeah, is it
What
really
have
good?
you not been playing?
Christ, what have I not been playing? How do you think I've not been playing anything? You're joking, right?
Well, you know.
Yeah, so it has been 4 weeks, hasn't it? Jesus Christ.
Yup.
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
It's crazy.
So yeah, apologies for the hiatus. Sorry, I needed a vacation or a holiday, if you call it.
From me.
No, just from life generally.
I need a vacation from myself.
That's impossible when you go on vacation with yourself.
Well, I have so many personalities, I could just toss one out the window. But yes.
Not sure it works like that. Yeah, so the last 4 weeks have been very interesting. I've been on vacation. I've gone over to the east coast of America. I have sampled New York. It's a mad place that I will probably never return to again, but I did enjoy my trip. But then
people there.
There is a lot of people there. It was also incredibly hot when I was there, and then wasn't when I wasn't there, and then when I went back, it went back to being really hot again. So clearly, I take the weather with me where I go, because it's now incredibly hot in the UK.
Pete always brings the sunshine.
No, I'm usually the miserable bastard. Anyway.
Yeah, well.
No. So yeah, it's been an interesting couple of weeks. It's been very relaxing, very, very cool. New York was hectic, lots of walking, lots of sightseeing, but then the Aruba side of things. Though? Oh, very good. Very, very good. Pizzas, burgers, the usual stuff.
Yeah, but the good kind.
Got there the first night and literally were like, right, we've been flying too long. We need some food and an early night. So we ended up walking up to 57th Street, West 57th, and there's a place called Angelo's, and it was just like, let's just share a pizza. A 13-inch pizza that was just like a coal-fired pizza. It was so good.
Oh my gosh.
I was just like, this is heaven. This is so good. There was a really nice burger place that we found in Thompson Hotel on I think that was on 56th. But literally you go into the hotel and it's like round the back of it. It's not even associated as the restaurant for the hotel. It was just a burger joint. Graffiti all over the wall, like that sort of aesthetic. It was like fast food, but actually like proper decent food.
Yeah,
it was so good.
Casual is what they call it.
Yeah, it was very nice. I did far too much shopping in New York. I had to buy a second suitcase to bring all the stuff back.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but anyway, Aruba was brilliant. Absolutely loved my time there. It was just nice and peaceful, relaxed. Managed to drag the wife on a jet ski. She screamed her head off.
Yes, she would do. Absolutely.
Went on a boat with just the two of us, and obviously the guy driving the boat and one other person helping him out. Saw turtles, and then jumped into the sea, straight through the middle of a school of fish about 1,000 deep.
Oh,
it was ridiculous. So cool. Anyway, nobody wants to keep hearing vacation stories because they're here for video games. So I'm going to talk about the video games that I've been playing. Because surprisingly, I have played more than you think. More than you think. So I'll talk about the Among Us where I played for one game.
Yes.
But I was go back and check out last week's stream for that because it was
Yes.
very,
So
very
fun.
excellent with everyone associated. So big thanks to Nana, Mike, Rowan, Gorney, and obviously Kiley.
And
Kiley
Danker was there too.
Danker was playing, but he was he was in the chat involved, of course. And then obviously the Fall Guys stream you guys did before then as
Yes.
well. Apologies
So
about the
fun.
sound levels, but Kiley is
Yeah.
media illiterate, so doesn't know how to organise anything.
No. I
so-
just show up, man.
But yeah, I was watching from afar, and I had a moment where I could join in. So I was like, right, if you guys are still going, let's join in for a game, and it was awful. My hotel Wi-Fi did manage to survive, luckily, but it was it was ropey. But yeah,
hi Flame, how are you?
Hi Flame. Yeah, it's always good fun playing Among Us. Can't knock it, but obviously it was only one game, so yeah.
But we are gonna
sorry.
be playing more in the future.
Oh, definitely, yeah. We'll get to that sort of as we do, like towards the end of the show. We'll talk about that because that was a revelation that came up in that stream. So go and have a look. Watch that stream after you've listened to this, because you'll find out how it sort of came about, because it's organic.
And
Anyway.
you can also watch it on Gonnie's YouTube after you watch it on ours.
You could also do that too. So I will link to Gorney's channel in doing so.
Yeah.
It's also available on our channel on YouTube, which is awesome. So there are a couple of other things that I have played. One of them is a DLC for a game that I will let you talk about because I've only played a little bit of it, but we'll discuss it later.
Okay.
So there have been 3 games that I've been playing over the course of the time. I'll start out with 2 Point Museum, because this is a game that I was playing on my flight out to America. I was playing it on the Steam Deck, and my God, that game is freaking excellent. Runs like an absolute dream on the Steam Deck.
That's good to hear.
So chock full of like ridiculous humor and stupid stuff that you would expect from the 2 Point series. This came off the back of obviously it being nominated for Game of the Year last year, and just didn't really have the time to go and play it before then. But bought it live on that episode and was like, I'm going to play it. So I did, and I knew it was probably going to be the perfect game to play. So I've only got through the tutorial level, but the tutorial level you can make it as long as you really want or as short as you want. But I've just been stretching it out, just having fun with just mucking around with like loads of the expeditions, because the expeditions are probably the most fun thing in there. So obviously sending people out to go and find like things to put in your museum, but you have to hit certain criteria to be able to do that, and it's just good fun. It's really enjoyable, and just the management level of things that you do within those kinds of sandboxy games are always brilliant. Like I think they've definitely hit their stride a lot more, because obviously 2 Point Hospital was a fantastic game, but it is obviously the spiritual successor to Theme Hospital.
Theme Hospital. Which I did not play until I got over here, and I loved it.
Yeah. Now,
but I'd never heard of it before.
Yeah, and then was it? What was the game afterwards? 2 Point
Campus.
That's the one. Yeah, 2 Point Campus was good, but it didn't feel like it was a step in the right direction. Like there were good elements with it, but I just think there was something missing about it. Whereas this game, they've definitely felt like they've hit their stride in like the development of it and their enjoyment of like actually making these kinds of games, because they've sort of moved away from the formula, let's say. Like they know what works for it, so then now they can experiment a little bit more with like the settings and what like the additional stuff that you could do that you probably couldn't do in those kinds of games like previously, like Theme Park, Theme Hospital and all that. So it definitely feels like this team are like, know what they're doing with the series, and it's a really good step in the right direction, I think. And definitely a game that was nominated by Brent, and very worthily so, for last year's Game of the Year, because it is very, very good.
Yeah.
The other game that I was playing, so I was playing this a little bit before I went on holiday. I had some work that was going on in the house, and I needed something to play that was quite quick to download. So weirdly enough, like I wanted to play Crimson Desert, but There was
Mm-hmm.
a huge update, couldn't be bothered, and this game was on sale for like £3 on CD keys.
Ooh,
So I was
nice.
like,
Yes,
okay,
they've
I'm
had
gonna
a
go.
really good sales.
I know, and I was like, right, it's an easy game to download, it's an easy game to play. I've played it before, I don't really care too much. If I complete it, I complete it. If I don't, then so be it, whatever. I did end up completing it because I ended up playing a lot of this on holiday as well, which is stupid. Resident Evil 5.
Oh, right. Okay.
So yeah, I
That makes sense. That's a P game. So
So, Resident Evil 5, I think, is a game that people say hasn't aged very well, and I would highly disagree because I
I was
think
gonna
it
say
is.
you love it,
I think it's aged surprisingly well. It plays like an absolute dream. Like it's
right?
on the PC, it is flawless. There are some elements about it that I don't particularly like on the PC side of
Mhm.
things
Right.
because it is a co-op game. Um,
Yes.
and you're trying
Okay.
to play this single player, if you are connected online, there are moments when you press the pause button and you go back into the game, you accidentally press pause, it puts you into a co-op thing.
Right.
So you have
That's
to
kind of
then,
crazy,
which if you're playing on the Steam Deck, you have absolutely no way to sort of get around that. So you have
but.
to quit out of the game to then go back to where you were. And it takes you back to the nearest checkpoint that you achieved, which is really annoying. So if you've already advanced a little bit further, then you have to go back to the start of the checkpoint, which happened quite a few times to me, unfortunately.
Right.
Um, the cool thing was that before I went on holiday, I had someone joining my game in the early stages, and they were
Right.
ridiculously OP, so managed to give me every bit of ammo that there was, which was
Oh, that's
fantastic.
good. That's very good.
Made a lot of it quite a bit easier, if I'm honest.
Right.
Um, but yeah, story wise, it's complete crap. Like it's so nonsense. Like there's ridiculous crap in it. Like um, it's so cheesy. Like it's definitely still feeling like more the B movie like
Yes.
side of
That's
Resident Evil since Resident Evil 4. But it's
yes.
still a fun game. The relationship between Chris and Sheva is decent. I think Sheva is a good character who should have probably come back to Resident Evil at some point in her own
Yeah.
story, but
Might
they
do though.
they might do. But there's an over reliance on Jill and Claire, and it's just like
Yes.
okay, well now probably Grace as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
um, but it's fun. But there is a little bit of an issue with it because the control scheme is a little outdated nowadays.
Yes.
So pressing and holding A to run and readying your weapon and then shooting with X,
Yes.
it's so odd, so
Oh,
odd.
yes. I agree with you
So
there.
there was a game later on in the series that you'll talk about later. I went to go and play the DLC for that, and it felt really odd because I've been playing Resident Evil 5. I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I like this yet." Oh yeah, it's because I'm so used to this control method. I've got to change back.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, so I've completed it. I was going to do a second run of it, and I couldn't be bothered. So on a casual run, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm quite happy with the game that I played, and just yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun to play. And there were some things that I completely forgotten about in the game as well. So nice to
Oh,
experience
right.
again.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Um,
I like that as well.
However, there is a main game that I've been playing over the last few days, and if it's the last
Right.
few days, it should probably make sense what the hell I've been playing because this is probably
Uh-huh.
the biggest release of the week.
Oh, okay.
I have been
What is
playing
it?
Forza Horizon 6.
Oh, right, of course. I should have guessed that. I was thinking it was more of the blocks and the superheroes. But no, you're
No,
right.
no,
I
no.
forgot.
Trust me, I had a choice between that and like between Forza and Lego Batman, and I was like,
Yeah.
I want to play Lego Batman, but I'll probably wait to
Yes.
play it later.
Yeah.
Um, Brent, I know you've been playing Forza Horizon 6. Your driver tile keeps coming up in my game. um, so, Forza Horizon 6 is
Right.
the newest addition into the Forza Horizon series made by Playground Games and Turn 10 Studios and is an Xbox exclusive game but is currently available on PC as well. So, I've been playing this two ways, let's say. So, I've been playing this predominantly on PC, but
Right.
I have dabbled with the Xbox version as well. So this has also formed part of the Xbox Play Anywhere like mantra of games.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this is why I wanted to test it out because I've not experienced that yet. So obviously save files if you're a Game Pass Ultimate member, means that your save file was in the cloud, meaning that you can obviously transfer it seamlessly between platforms. So it would work between PC, Xbox, and Xbox ROG Ally. So what's the main draw of Horizon 6? Well, it's Forza Horizon 4 and 5 all over again, except the map has changed, obviously, because this time it's set in Japan.
Oh, right, that's right.
And this instantly made me fall in love with the game. So playing the very early stages of this, literally I'd booted it up after spending far too long downloading it, because my gripe with the Xbox launcher on PC is that downloads are shitty and really slow. It's so bad, and also the preloading was awful as well. So they had it available to basically preload. I had done that before I went on holiday, so I was like, right, cool, I'm going to be able to jump in as soon as I get back. No, still 146 gigs to download.
Right.
So my PC's hooked up via like Ethernet cable, so I should be able to download it relatively quick. No, it took 8 hours.
Holy crap!
And yet I then went to howdy Corny. Hope Comic-Con was decent this weekend.
Oh yes.
So
he's at EGX, isn't he?
He is. So I then booted it up on the Xbox and had to download it on there, and it is also hooked up to Ethernet. It took about less than an hour. So,
oh wow! Okay.
Microsoft, please sort out their Xbox PC app, because it is bad. It's really bad.
Oh shit!
It looks like crap and it doesn't run very well. But there are some very key differences between the game, because I think the Xbox Series X version of the game looks worse than my PC, which is weird because it's running at 4K 120 FPS, and yet mine is 1440p, like 120 FPS as well, and yet it looks better at 1440p. Like it's a very weird sort of like sheen and veneer to it, and it just doesn't feel right, and it feels like it's dropping frames, but some of that could be down to the fact that my Xbox is a bit older now, and I've recently just upgraded hardware on PC that seems to be running a bit smoother. My Xbox managed to overheat because the wife closed the cupboard that it was in, so great stuff. So had to
easy to do right now.
I know, and I had to open it up and clean out the heatsink and the fans, so that was great.
All right.
Yeah, but that's enough about the game. Anyway, that's enough about the problems that I've had with it. The game itself, within the first 2 minutes of booting the game up, and you see all of Japan, and you start driving it, it's incredible. It feels so cool.
Did it have security trees?
I think so. Basically, it does. Yeah.
Cherry blossoms.
Yes, it does. So basically what it does the exact same thing that Forza Horizon 4 and 5 do, where they just chuck you into something and it makes you do different things that you know you're going to experience. So the main draw of this is obviously Japan's car culture is absolutely incredible. They're car mad. So you've got various different street races, you've got loads of different like normal races that you can do via the Horizon Festival, but you can also do toge racing, which is toge racing is obviously drifting.
Yeah.
So basically, if you've
Tokyo.
So yes, you do. But if you've ever watched Initial D, you know exactly what it is. Or if you ever played any of the Initial D arcade games, then you know exactly what it is too. And it's exactly what it says on the tin. But the setting is incredible. They've absolutely nailed Japan so well that even the Japanese players are going, holy crap, you've done an amazing job with this. Like, so much respect for the Japanese culture, the environment. Like, they did the exact same thing with both Mexico and the UK. Mexico didn't quite gel with me as much because I think the variety of like races that you could do wasn't quite on the level that the Forza Horizon 4 did. So I thought 5 was a bit of a step down. But this absolutely definitely brings it much more into scale with 4, which is a game that I absolutely loved. And this game is no exception because over the last 2 days since playing it, I have clocked in at least 12 hours so far.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
I'm
That's cool.
and a lot of this isn't even doing anything. Like I've completed one season so far. So you start in spring and you go through to summer and then autumn and then winter. I'm
Yeah.
still in the summer season because you do it via different colored wristbands. And actually,
Right.
what I'm finding is a lot of the fun that I'm having is just picking a car, driving around the city, finding a load of stuff that basically increases your credits or your XP, and then just finding races and just finding
Oh,
things to do. So that dotted around are like XP boards, like they were in 4 and 5. They probably were in two, for like 1, 2, and 3 as well, but I never played them.
okay.
But they also have mascots, which are very, Japanese. So they're like little mascots that you can destroy. They're fine. They're fine.
Right.
They're not actually part of the landscape. They've been put there as part of the Horizon Festival. So it could be anything like an edamame bean or a bowl of ramen or
Right.
a rice ball. And you just go and destroy them, and you get some credits for doing so, which can obviously go out buy more cars or upgrade your car in any way. Um, so you get three cars to pick out of the start, and I chose the Celica because the Celica is an amazing car, and one of my friends
Nice.
owned a Celica, so I was like, oh, I've got to do that.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah.
Um, but I have since dropped that car because I'm such a sucker for rally cars, and
Yes.
obviously with decent speed and you need a lot of turning potential to go through some of those roads.
Yeah.
I've picked up both a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 8 and
Right.
a Subaru Impreza WRX from 2005, which are
Awesome.
like the elite of rally cars.
That's
And I've
great.
souped them up, and I love my little red Subaru Impreza. I love
That's
it.
awesome.
But yeah, I thoroughly love this game. I think it goes without saying that this is 100% my game of the year so far. And if a racing game can win Game of the Year this year, I'd be so shocked, but
Oh,
not
wow.
surprised
Yeah.
because I think this game is being loved by quite a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
It
Brent was
take
disappointed that there weren't more maps, or more races, I think.
I
But
think
I
they
assumed.
unlock as they go, but there is a lot more that you can do. Um, I'm so he
Yeah,
said you
there.
don't
See,
think the
right there.
launch content is lacking. I haven't found that because I found that a lot of the time that I've spent with it is just really enjoying the map itself, and I've barely even scratched the surface of a lot of the racing and a lot of the other stuff. So I've been sort of doing a lot of the side stories. So there's one set of side stories with Yuki's Auto like garage where you can go and find like different cars that are ready for the Horizon Festival. There's only 6 of those. Done all of those. Done May's tour, and there's only 2 of those, but I think more might unlock. But I can sort of see why people might think that launch content is a little bit lacking. But like I said, I think I haven't really found that it's hampered my enjoyment of it so far because I think the the joy of this game is actually the map, the setting, and just generally all the other stuff you can do around it. I've barely even like scratched the
That.
surface on the estate stuff. I think
Mhm.
it doesn't seem like a bit of me, but it's like an estate builder sort of thing. So it's
Well,
you go and buy a property and then you can just like do it up to however you like. Probably not my
interesting.
kind of thing, but
That's the kind of
uh,
stuff I'm into.
yeah, you might get a bit of enjoyment out of it. Um,
But what Danker says is exactly what I think. It's going to happen, which is very likely a DLC pathway is in place for this. That's
yeah,
my theory.
I would happen to agree with it as well. So Brent then tagged you in it and said, I looked it up after our conversation on Friday. Forza Horizon 4 had around 1,300 races, so there was a lot
Wow.
in there. Um, but
Wow.
is that 1,300 races with the DLC or was that on base content?
That's a
Um,
good question, actually. Wow.
But I think what it is that there's I would say there's probably a lot more variety in the races because you've got street racing, you've got circuit racing, you've got toge racing, and just general championships. And he said this was before the DLC was really a thing. So fair enough. Yeah, there's probably a little bit lacking in terms of the content, but I think the map size, detail, graphics, and performance are probably vastly superior to 4 and 5 in that respect. And don't get me wrong, I love 4. I've got a soft spot for 4 because UK, obviously.
Right.
But I think
That makes
this
sense.
is just completely incredible. Like, it's so unbelievably detailed. It is like for a game of this caliber, not only does it run flawlessly, like it looks unbelievable. Like top level, like high end, like look. And if you were to like drive around in the city, you know exactly basically where you are. Like
Wow,
if you
though.
know certain parts of Japan, of course.
Yeah. But Brent is saying that Forza Horizon 6 has only 71 races.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's a little bit lacking. So I can't forgive them for that. But like I said, what I've played of it so far, I've just really enjoyed because I just have fun exploring.
Yeah.
So yeah, so without doubt, this is absolutely my game of the year so far. Which is very difficult to say when Pragmata and Resident Evil 9 came out. But
Yeah, which I do need to play
I
Pragmata.
mean, it's looking like 2026 is an incredibly strong year for games so far.
I don't know about that, but we'll see.
No, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, that's me. So you've got a lot of games to be talking about over the last 4 weeks. So, how you been?
I
And how
don't.
you been? What you been playing?
What you been playing? Funnily enough, I don't really have any outlandish games, really.
No.
Let me check. I gotta look over my list.
I've got your list
Yeah.
if you need them.
Well, I've been doing. I continued on with Bendy and the Dark Revival, which is more of the same. It's like it's so graphically well done and so the audio, the sound design is
Audibly.
so on point. It's so good. But right now it is kind of like it's one of those like the hiding type of games, you know, those kind of survival horror where you have to hide from the monster type thing.
Yeah.
Which are not my favorite. You know, kind of like Alien Isolation and even Grace and Resident Evil and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And then I played 2 new games. Oh my gosh. If this game had come out this year, it would be my game of the year, but it didn't. It came out in 2024, which I'm kicking myself. It is called Cuddly Carnage.
Okay.
It's the best game ever made in the history of ever. It looks like the inside of my brain. It's made by Wired Productions. So it's all neon colors and awesome like late 90s music. Gaming music. It plays like all of the snowboarding games ever in the 90s, which were my favorite. I don't know
Nice.
why. I owned so many snowboarding games.
I mean, they were hard to avoid for a long time, weren't you? When you
Well,
had
like they
things like
had
Cool Boarders, SSX,
it,
and Snowboard
yes.
Kids.
Yeah, see, I had all of those and then the X Games which had snowboarding in it. All those things. They were just really popular. But so it moves very similar to that, which is good. And it stars a little kitty cat. It's a pretty kitty cat. Or not pretty, he's cute. He's orange. So there you go, Pete.
I'm sold.
And it looks like cyberpunk stuff. So he's on a hoverboard, just defeating these evil unicorns, and it's just all neon colors and just paint and just I love it. I love it so much. It's so fun. I'll be playing more of that next week on stream for sure. Well, not next week, but whenever I have a free day next. So after that, for the Friday scary game, I played the Happy Hills Homicide, which is currently free over on Steam.
Currently free? Are
And
you sure? I'm gonna check just to be sure.
yes,
So we got
the sequel is Yes, Brett. Gory. That's it. Gory, cuddly, carnage. And Danker says, yes, it is. Um, it's so much fun. I love it so much. But yeah, Happy Hills Homicide. It is very neat. It's a little kind of like it's an indie game, and it's a puzzle solving game.
Oh yeah, it is.
With a psycho killer crusade theme. Um, and it just does it really well. There's a sequel. I am gonna buy the sequel because that one was so good, so satisfying. Wrapped it all up in a little neat little box or whatever. So I say go get it because it's free. But with that said, I think that was also a 2024 game.
Happy Hills Homicide is 2024, and then the sequel released like 6 months later.
Oh, was it? See, I didn't know when the sequel came out.
No, I just looked now.
How funny. Maybe it was just really popular, but there's a lot of fans of it, and I would say it has a cult following because we got a lot of fans in chat when I was playing it. And thank goodness because they helped me a lot. But after that, I continue with Life is Strange. I have so many mixed feelings about Life is Strange.
God, sorry, yeah, now that you've mentioned it, yeah, I do recognise Gory, Cuddly, Carnage. Jesus Christ.
I didn't recognize that at all, and I love it.
Yeah, I'd seen the image before, but I'd never actually seen the game.
Right. Well, it was by Wired Production, and I was like, I usually like their stuff, so. And it's neon colors, and
Oh, hello, Zana.
Oh, hello, Zana. It's very good to see you here. So then after that, Life is Strange, whatever. Oh, yeah, so here's the big one for me. Abiotic Factory got updated.
Oh, I saw that.
Massive update. Big update.
Go on.
Everyone's like, Kylie, go play Abiotic Factor. There's a massive update, and you can have pets. Pets in games are nice, and I like them, but they're not the big draw for me. But I was like, I need to dip in there anyway, because I need to see what's changed and check on my base and all this kind of stuff. I load up, and there's a ton of stuff. Brand new stuff. Loved it, loved it, loved it. But then the greatest thing happened. We already know that Abiotic Factor is my favorite game in the world. And it's because it is made for probably an autistic ADHD brain like mine.
Yes.
It has everything I love. Base building and survival horror and crafting and cute and cuddly creatures. And it's themed on Half-Life. I don't know how it could have got any better. And it has like references to Halo and all the other games from when I was young and or less old. But then I thought it can't get any better. It literally can't. This game cannot get any better. Although I was lamenting 2 months ago when I played it, I was like, you know what I really wish would happen? I would love it if I could just like clean everything up like I do in Power Wash Simulator. Because, you know, the bases, they've got like paper on the ground and there's blood you can't get rid of and all this kind of stuff. And it's blah, blah, blah. Pete, they put a mop. They put a mop in the game.
Oh, of course they did.
I loaded that mop up and I went, don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me. And I walked over to the piles of paper that is on the floors. And it did it. It mopped up the paper just like I wanted, just like my dreams said. The dreams foretold. So, and I thought, I did not think that this game could get any better. And then it did. It got
basically
better.
Now it's like a cross between Power Wash Simulator and Visceral Cleanup, Crime Scene Cleaner, right?
It's more Visceral Cleanup. And I'm okay with that. I'm so happy.
I know you love that, so.
I know. I had to fight the urge to just go around the world cleaning everything. I literally don't know how much better this game can get for me. I'm sure they will, because they just keep improving. Take
it offline.
Yeah, if I could play offline, that would be better.
That's what I thought the massive update was actually going to be. It was like it's finally released into 1.0, and it's like actually playable offline.
I'm just like, I'm in heaven over this game. I love it so much. Um, but I've slowed down my playing because I don't want it to end. And for instance, I can see it now. Kylie's game of the year pick, the mop is the champion. It's the honorable mention of the year. But I will say this, and then we will start this show. Can you believe we were
No,
doing this for this
you've got
long?
one more thing you need to talk about. One more thing.
Oh, are you talking about a free DLC on a certain game?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that game involve a giant gun
Yes.
and a
Stupid, sexy Leon.
Yes, thank you, P. I was trying to think of any way I could get that. I was like, Daddy Leon with the. I just couldn't do it. Yes, stupid sexy
It feels
Leon.
like he's wearing nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Stupid, sexy Leon.
So yes, of course, the free DLC for Requiem came out, and I love it. I didn't think I would love it as much as I did, even though it's Leon. Of course, that's automatic. Yes, I'm gonna love it, but it is a roguelike.
Yep.
I don't like roguelikes.
Neither do I.
But they do it in this way. It's so fun. I didn't care that I kept starting over and over. It didn't like upset me. It didn't annoy me. It didn't get on my nerves. I just kept starting over and just shooting everything, and it's just so much fun. And it has a variety of weapons, so you don't get stuck with the same weapon every time, and all that kind of thing. So Pete, did you played it, didn't you?
I downloaded it and gave it a little try, but obviously because I'd been playing Resident Evil 5, the control setting for me felt really off. And playing it on the Steam Deck just didn't feel natural to me anymore. So this would be one that I've got it updated on my PC ready to play. So I'm going to give it a real good college try, as they say.
I would say, I don't know really how to say it because I know you don't like roguelikes either.
Nah, I hate them usually.
Yeah, but Requiem, my most favorite parts in Requiem are obviously Leon's part because it's just complete fun, gore fest, shoot 'em up. It's just fun. That's how I feel about this DLC, which is called I think Leon Has to Die. I think is what it's
Leon
called.
Must Die.
Must Die.
I think it is.
Yeah, some variation of that.
Basically, a play on the whole series of Devil May Cry.
Yes.
Because Resident Evil 4 is a spin, like basically started it to like Devil May Cry.
Yeah, somebody was trying to explain that to me in the
Leon
the
Must
chat.
Die Forever. Sorry, it's Nana's.
Oh, that's it. Okay. I loved it. Just wild abandonment, fun, shoot 'em up, no holds barred. It's just fun. You know what I wish they would have? I wish they would get a horde mode DLC for Requiem. I would play horde mode just
basically mercenaries then.
Yeah, mercenaries. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to have a mercenaries mode come out with the actual paid DLC.
I hope so. I will buy that and I will just play that.
Or they've confirmed that there is a mercenaries mode, or it was rumored. I don't know, but
I think it's rumored for sure.
I think if they don't add a mercenaries mode, it will definitely like hinder it a little bit because I think it's a game that's perfect for that kind of thing. But obviously, it requires them to have certain environments that need to be like tailored for that sort of thing, like they did with Resident Evil 5. Which actually I did try Mercenaries on 5, and I did quite enjoy it. Because I've never played them before, the Mercenaries mode, and it never really appealed to me. But I tried it out a little bit because you're stuck on a metal box flying through the air. You're like, I need to do things, and your in-flight entertainment doesn't work. You're like, what do I do then? All right, I'm going to play Mercenaries then.
Yep.
Great.
That's where you start to find out new games that you didn't think you'd ever be into.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really talk about the fact that I played like a massive long run of Balatro, but that's because like 2 o'clock in the morning, like I couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
There's nothing else I could do, so I'm just gonna play Balatro. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, Leon Must Die Forever looked a lot of fun. Like, I did see.
It does. It is fun. Again, if you're into just shoot 'em ups like I am, just guns and blood in games, FBI agent, not real life.
Nice. So Yeah, sorry, Xanon's
Yeah.
put Resident Evil Requiem on Switch 2, as well as 2 other Resident Evil games that I bought with a limited edition generation pack. So that's 7 and 8, right? I think the generation pack was.
How's it play on the Switch 2? I think Mike said it plays really well.
Mike said it played really well. It's the RE engine seems to be really well optimized for the Switch 2. But obviously the only letdown with it is a game key card. He said the same thing about he said the same thing about Pragmata as well, as it played incredibly well on the Switch 2.
I've got to play that. I've got to.
You need to. And yes, Xana did confirm, yeah, it's 7 and 8. So yeah. Start with 7, play 8, and then just play Requiem, because it's going to feel like a weird like switch to be able to go back from playing Requiem to then 7 to 8. Because believe you me, going back to playing 5 after playing Requiem was odd, and then trying to go back to playing Requiem afterwards was odd.
I have to admit, I'm a big fan of Resident Evil, but 7, 8, and 9 are my favorites.
Okay.
I know they're not the core, they're not the originals, they're not the vibe that started it all, but that's where my attention got. At 7, when that very first teaser ever dropped of 7 all those years ago, that's where my attention went. Whoop,
that's fair enough. I mean,
Resident Evil.
Like, I found that you get this with certain people, is that you find that you get the absolute like classic purists. They're like, tank controls are like amazing. Like, I don't care whether they feel outdated. I just love the game itself, and I respect that, because actually 1, 2, and 3, like on PS1, are fantastic games. Like tank controls aside, I grew up with them, so I sort of am used to them. I don't really care. But then you get people who are like, well, Resident Evil Remake is like better than everything. It was like, Resident Evil Remake is the way you remake a game. Like, you take everything you loved about the original game and sort of change it up in a way that makes, like, gives interest to new fans, as well as like returning people who are like, oh, I'm just going to play the same game. Oh, no, there's differences, there's changes. It's great. But then you get those people who are like, right, my favorites are like 4 and 5, and it's like, they're the more action focused, over the shoulder camera sort of side of things, and you can't really argue with them, because they're great games in their own right. They sort of deviated away from Resident Evil a little bit, but
they did.
But
they're not terrible.
No, but then 7, 8, and 9 are like the real return to form after going off the beaten path of 6 and Operation Raccoon City and stuff. Oh god, stuff like that.
Yeah, I have ran into people who actually say 6 is their favorite. I didn't think those people existed. And then they did.
I know, it's weird. Like, some people,
it's very weird.
You can't account for taste. All right, people just gotta have their opinions, and you may not agree with them, but that's fine. Everyone's allowed one.
No taste.
they are allowed an opinion. It's just I don't agree with that opinion, and that's fine.
Like buttholes. Everyone has.
Oh, don't know, Shannon. Whatever. Anyway. Should we move on, because we've now done 40-something minutes of talking about games we've played.
Didn't we? Let's do a show.
Let's do a show.
Who wants to hear a show?
We have been doing a show already, and that is fine. So we've got a lot to talk about, because there's been a lot going on over the last few weeks. But actually, the news that I've collated for this week is more recent ones, because I think everyone, let's be honest, in our hiatus, everyone else has probably talked the rest of the other news completely to death. Including the reduction to Game Pass prices, Asher Sharma changing a few things with Xbox, putting out community polls on whether or not it should be called Xbox or Xbox.
Yes.
Sorry, that's it. I had to do that to emphasize. It's so stupid.
It is so stupid.
And then all the other stuff with the Nintendo Switch 2 going up in price in Europe and the rest of the world, but no pricing being available for the UK market yet, but it's almost inevitable that it's going to happen.
Yes.
Can you all just play the sound of a loud air horn in your head, please?
That's his entrance.
Okay. Well, I just gave them my artist impression.
Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, I've collated some stories that are somewhat interesting for various reasons. So I'm going to start with this one first because it's actually a game that has come out. It's currently on Game Pass, and seems to be doing well despite all of the issues that was going on around it. So you may recall that we were talking about a certain Crafton, and earlier on, like beginning of the year, I think, with some of our news stories, and that there might have been a lawsuit ongoing.
Yes.
Because the game that was a result of this with this lawsuit, Subnautica 2, has come out onto game preview, or early access, and has gone on to sell 2 million copies in its first day of early access, with 600,000 concurrent players in its opening hours.
And I got some things to say about that as a Subnautica fan.
Yeah, so let's go through the story. So sources for this story, of course. Thank you very much, Santa.
Thank you so much, Santa. I'm almost through it. This is it.
Yeah. So
all alcohol about.
Of course.
Anyway.
So I'll read the story. So sources for this week's stories are all VGC. They're all linked in the show notes once this podcast is live, and obviously after Twitch recording, I will add them to there as well. So the sequel to the massively popular survival game entered early access on Thursday. By the way, it is on Game Pass, and I have downloaded it, so I may talk about it next week.
Okay. That'd be interesting.
I went down the old, because my Xbox is on. I'm going to look at Game Pass and see what's available, and I've downloaded quite a few 2026 games to have a look at. So I might talk about them next week. So just over an hour after the game's release, Subnautica X account posted an announcement the game had sold over 1 million copies. Just hours later, developer Unknown Worlds announced that the game had sold 2 million copies in just 12 hours, and the game topped charts around the world. According to SteamDB, the game managed a peak Steam concurrent player count of 467,000 players, and this makes Subnautica 2 the game with the 29th highest concurrent player count in Steam history.
Wow, that's really cool.
So this number doesn't include people who are playing Subnautica via Xbox Game Preview or via the Epic Game Store. So according to the press release from Unknown Worlds, the peak concurrent player count across all platforms has topped 650,000 players.
Oh, wow.
So before the game's release, Subnautica 2's development cycle was marred in legal battles and saw the leadership team fired. Publisher Crafton was accused of ignoring a court order by announcing to staff that the game was releasing in May, despite such a decision seemingly being the responsibility of the newly instated CEO Ted Gill. Gill, who's co-founder and creative director Charlie Cleveland, and co-founder and technical director Max McGuire, were fired by Crafton last year, with the publisher accusing the trio of an absence of core leadership and claiming it felt a, quote, profound sense of betrayal by their failure to honour the trust placed in them by their fans. So the three claimed, however, that Crafton had betrayed them by firing right before delaying Subnautica 2, a move that they allege was designed to deliberately prevent its early access release and avoid it selling well enough to trigger a $250 million bonus from the development team.
That makes me so angry.
I think they have actually been reinstated as per the court order now, haven't they?
Yeah.
Which is why this game has now released, and I believe, based on this, there is no reason why they shouldn't get that bonus now.
Yep. Although I still want to talk about Subnautica too. But anyway, yes.
Oh, of course, yeah. Crack on. You know more about Subnautica than I ever will.
Well, I had a look at it because I do love Subnautica. Which was an indie game when it first came out. And for those who don't know, it takes place you crash land on a planet. You're looking for survivors. So you have to build your own kind of ship or repair a ship to get off of the planet before the planet implodes. That's all story. That's not like spoilers. None of that's all that kind of stuff. It's got a slight type of humor that's kind of like big corporations versus the little guy type humor. I love that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Outer Worlds type humor. But the biggest draw is that it is a crafting and survival game underwater. Now you can build above water, but it mostly takes place underwater. So if you have like a fear of scary creatures and things swimming around in the shadows, it might freak you out. I don't have that. I think it's called thessaliophobia or something like that. I don't have that, but I know people who do. So it was exciting. It was new. It's beautiful. It's absolutely stunningly gorgeous type of thing. So I had a look at Subnautica 2. My main complaint. Now, it is still in early access. My biggest complaint, and it will keep me from playing it, is that it is nothing new.
Oh,
okay. It doesn't look graphically more advanced. The HUD is exactly the same. The crafting is exactly the same. The species, they're on a different planet.
But all the species are the same.
They're not the same, but they're just like a little variation. Like the original one had a big eye. This one has a tiny little eye.
It's worked for Pokemon, all right? They've had the Alolan forms and the Galarian forms and all. So.
We'll need to do a deep dive on this. Yes.
That might be next week.
That's very good.
I'm going to put my flippers on.
There you go. That'll be a great title too. But so having said that, I'm disappointed that there's nothing new. And for those who do want to dip their toe in the waters of Subnautica, Subnautica does have DLC called Sub-Zero.
Mm-hmm.
This is what makes me so disappointed about the sequel. Sub-Zero, which is a DLC of the original Subnautica, is more advanced.
Oh.
It's more graphically advanced. There are different animals. There are different biomes. There's a whole different thing. Different lore and everything like that. So I'm not saying don't go get this game. Don't support the developers. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying for people who have played it from the beginning, it's not bringing anything new to the table yet.
Yeah, however, being in early access and being on Game Pass, if you hadn't played the first Subnautica, then actually it's a good way to, like you said, dip your toe in.
Yes, because the truth is, you don't need to play the original Subnautica because I don't feel that this is like a sequel. Like, you don't need information on anything. It's just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it's sort of like Overwatch to Overwatch 2. They didn't need to do it, but they did it anyway.
Yes, exactly that.
They were diving in head first.
But I do have my fingers crossed that they'll introduce either new elements or they'll refine the graphic style a bit better, because it almost looks behind the original Subnautica.
Yeah, I think some of this, I think the whole reason for the early access is because of all the issues that were going on.
Yeah.
And they clearly wanted to get feedback on what was going on in terms of the game itself. So you would think that they have a plan, and you hope so.
Yes.
So it's probably going to be the case that some of the feedback that they might get from this is that, oh, we played Subnautica before and this is nothing new, so can you add some new stuff? And they will.
Yeah, well, that is very true. Because I don't want to discourage anyone from playing it. I'm here to say that anyone who is familiar with the Subnautica series, it's just not grabbing me yet. But I say yet.
So it hasn't got its tendrils in you yet, then?
Not yet.
Okay, cool. Well, it might suck you at one point,
Oh, it might suck me in, yes.
Yeah.
And also I will drown. There you go. I made it pun.
Yeah. I didn't play Subnautica, so I'm just gonna. Well, I did very briefly, but
it is a crafting game.
Yeah, whatever. I just think because it being on Game Pass, it's like, well, I'll just go and give it a try. See,
yeah,
it might not gel with me. So be it. It's not every game's for you and me, but well, I'll give it a try and I'll report back next week. See if I think any different to the first game.
Yes, I would like that to hear your opinion.
Yes. So we're going to move on to the next story.
Whoop, whoop.
And we're going to talk about a company that is up for making some crazy money.
Ah, interesting.
So anyone who knows their references will know exactly what we're going to talk about by what I just said. So Sega
Sega.
have been on a bit of a tear up recently with the fact that they have made a major announcement of
Yes.
4 games that they were reviving,
Which is insane.
And it seems like the first one is starting to come to fruition soon.
Yes.
It's the potential anyway. So those who know what they're talking about, and those who are big arcade and Dreamcast fans from back in the day,
I have a Dreamcast.
will know about a game called Crazy Taxi.
Yup.
We do, because we are old. Sorry, that's us.
And I had the game, so I'm even older.
I will get to how I first played it soon enough, because the Crazy Taxi Twitter account has posted for the first time in 7 years, potentially teasing the upcoming revival. So a new entry in the Crazy Taxi franchise was announced in 2023 during the Game Awards. Since then, nothing has been seen of the upcoming revival, as is the same with Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, and Jet Set Radio.
Yes, that's right.
Those are the 4 games. So now a new teaser video has been posted to the Crazy Taxi account. The first video since 2019. The clip shows the iconic taxi light illuminating on top of what appears to be the trademark yellow convertible taxi.
Oh my goodness.
So this reboot is being helmed by Sapporo Studios, which was established in December of 2021 and helps with the development of various Sega games. In 2024, a recruitment video posted by Sega Sapporo featured Kenji Kano, the director of the original game.
Yep.
This is the actual really interesting thing that they've been doing with this, by the way, is that I don't need to go into this because everyone knows what Crazy Taxi is, but if you haven't played Crazy Taxi, go play Crazy Taxi because Crazy Taxi is amazing.
It's crazy.
Yes, so the thing
There's also
is
a Simpsons game like it.
There is,
Simpsons Road Rage.
Simpsons Road Rage is not nearly as fun. I said it.
it.
It's also a game that can not really be legally sold again.
Really? I didn't know that.
Because it infringed on a Crazy Taxi copyright.
It was literally Crazy Taxi.
So that's why that's why they made Hit and Run.
Is that why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, when
they were like, we want to do more
with
this, but we can't actually do any more with the Crazy Taxi thing.
Because I was like, this is so much like Road Rage. Why did they make this? Okay, that's crazy.
Anyway, so Crazy Taxi, so the thing that they've been doing with the revivals of what we've heard at the moment, and the only other one that we've heard so far about is Jet Set Radio. We haven't seen anything other than, the only news story we had in relation to this, I think relatively recently, is that the actual original creators of Jet Set Radio are back on board for this new revival. And it seems that Crazy Taxi is doing the exact same thing. So I do wonder whether or not the Streets of Rage reboot or remake or new game will do the same.
Right.
Because, Streets of Rage 4 is an excellent game. I absolutely love it. It was made by, Dotemu and Lizard Cube Games, who have gone on to do really great things.
They have, that's true.
But it does, to a lot of the Sega fans, I think it feels like the bastard child of the series.
Yeah.
So to get a Streets of Rage 5 from the original creative team might be really interesting. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Crazy Taxi, because holy crap.
Yes.
I'm stoked for this. I really want to play Crazy Taxi again.
I'm happy because I would like to see how dated it is.
Oh no, it's not dated at all. If you would have happened to come over to the UK for a certain event that happened, which you missed because you suck.
Yes. But I shall not miss them in the future.
Well, I only had one of them, so you suck.
I know.
You would have known that. You would have known that Crazy Taxi was there. And you would have been able to play it, and it is not dated in any way, shape, nor form, and it is still ridiculously fun.
Oh, Pete, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you suck.
I miss so much. I did. Yes, I do.
No, screw off. You know what I mean, Pylor? She says she's already in the UK. No, I meant actually in England, not Northern Ireland. Screw off. No, So I managed to play Crazy Taxi there, and actually it pretty much emulated the exact same way that I played it for the very first time, which was
Oh,
one of the
okay.
original stand-up cabinets.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
rather than the sit-down one, you remember the stand-up one that had the bar. Oh my God, it's the most
Yeah.
uncomfortable thing of all
I
time.
was gonna say.
And I played that on a
That's
ferry going to France. Good God,
Oh, that's funny. That's so
classic.
funny for many, many reasons.
Yes.
But uh,
Oh, we're so odd.
yeah.
Yeah, part of me feels like that. I think it might be a little bit too early,
Yeah.
possibly. Summer Games Fest?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If they're posting something on the 21st of May on the X account, you would think that come the
And
middle
that
of
would be the
like
perfect
early to
time.
mid-June, you might have
Yeah.
something in place, even if it is just like a full-blown teaser of the world, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, and Nana, and for anyone over there, I will be in the London area in October. It's October, right, Pete?
What, EGX?
No, we were gonna do the whole thing, remember?
Oh yes, it's stalled at the moment, but I need to get back to it. But I'll let you know. But
No
yes,
worries. But
there is a plan for October.
yes, so I'll be in your area in October.
If you're in London at any point, we can go there. I think I know what he's talking about, and yeah, I believe there is a machine there. Nana, message me privately and let me know whether or not the place I'm thinking of is actually what I'm thinking of. Cool. Yeah. So, Crazy Taxi is making a return.
I can't
Um,
believe it.
However, we need to talk about a series that may not ever return again.
Oh no.
Ever again.
What
Because
what's
there
that?
appears to be some massively growing issues again over a certain Sony owned studio known as Bungie.
Yeah. I definitely want to talk about this.
Yep, so if you have been unaware of what's been going on, several things happened actually. So I'll
Yeah.
gloss over the two things is that apparently Marathon is doing not overly very well.
No, it's not a good game.
Um, and Sony had cut their value, Bungie's value by about $800 million. Hmm.
Yeah. Just.
Um,
Just yeah.
yeah. So this was the third of the stories that came out as a result of this. Is that Bungie is report? Yeah, I know. I saw
Tyler,
that.
just fly over there with me. We'll go over there together.
Anyway, so
But yes.
Bungie is apparently reportedly facing layoffs again, following confirmation it will end updates for Destiny 2, and a third game in the franchise has not yet been greenlit, which means it's very
just
likely it's not ever going to be greenlit at this point.
I have so much to say about that.
So, according to Bloomberg report, which claims that the studio will focus on the extraction shooter Marathon in the near term, with some Destiny 2 developers already transferred to the game. A significant number of layoffs are planned, it's claimed, which will be the latest to hit the studio following its $3.6 billion sale to SIE in 2022. Quote, the company doesn't have a new project lined up for Destiny 2's development team after the game comes to an end next month. It does, and quote, doesn't plan to immediately enter production on a Destiny 3. So Bungie staff are planning to pitch new projects, including in the Destiny franchise, according to sources, but none have been approved, and there's no guarantee that they will. In an update posted on its website on Thursday, Bungie confirmed that it will release the final live service content update for Destiny 2 on June 9th. So that's in a few weeks' time. The news follows declining player numbers for the live service shooter and a disappointing recent expansion, which I thought that was they were supposed to have the final shape, and that was the last expansion, and they kind of
That's what I
ruined
wanted to
that.
talk about. Yeah. Because so Pete and I used to play Destiny
with a third person.
with Kieran. Kieran's the one that got us into it. And then Kieran and I played like the DLC and stuff like that.
Way more than you have played with me.
Well, there were reasons at the time.
Oh, I know there was reasons. It was also the fact that I was somewhat unavailable and I had to grind
That
to get
too.
my light level up to anywhere near the two of yours, and I suck at those kinds of games.
And yeah, as I say, Pete wasn't a fan of the grinding types of games. But
don't get me wrong, I like grinding, but not that kind.
His yes, ha ha ha. Pyler says his fastest swimmer, which is hilarious.
Oh right, okay.
Is very upset about Destiny 2, and I am too, because I actually, longtime fan of Bungie, obviously. But I really enjoyed Destiny 2, and I was really into the lore, hardcore, enjoying it. And then the final shape came out. I was like, okay, this is gonna wrap that up, and they were going to release Destiny 3. Did I think they need to release Destiny 3? Not really. It's kind of an Overwatch situation again. There was no reason for Overwatch 2.
That's the thing. It sort of feels like the natural evolution, really, in that respect.
Yeah. Well, I always mention, like, WoW. I mean, I know that there is original WoW and then...
WoW Classic.
It's WoW Classic and then the current WoW. But, I mean, that thing's been around forever. And it just keeps expanding and stuff like that. And, which is weird to mention, like, a Blizzard game. But it does do well. So I kind of foresaw that with Bungie. But then they didn't end it after the final shape, and I was very confused. And I just kind of dropped out because I was like, you're messing up the lore, man, which is really big to me. And so I thought, I'll just sit back. I'll just wait for Destiny 3. And then I don't know what happened. Bungie just went crazy. Not only did, they let Sony buy them, which is just insane. Then they did a really terrible marathon game. And it's just been bad decision after one after another. I don't know what's going on. Does Bungie even exist anymore? The Bungie as we knew it. I kind of don't think they do.
No, they don't. It's exactly the same as like various other studios over the years. Like they exist in name only, but their original like development team, like that made up the core of what made them brilliant, is long gone.
Thesis situation.
I know people have very strong opinions about certain people within that, within the original Bungie team, but people like Marty Stratton are not involved anymore. Like, they're not going to be involved in like Halo ever again. They're not, so Halo's gone down the wayside with that. People like Chris Avellone being involved at, Obsidian. Then and what's happened to Obsidian ever since? Like their games have been hit and miss. Sometimes
you
need
rid
these
of key people. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and they might not be your cup of tea, but you have to remember that they created great games. And it was,
as long as they aren't on Epstein's island,
yeah, fine. So long as they're not diddling kids.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They're not murderers, then let them have political opinions. Who gives a crap?
Exactly. Or the Blizzard's or Activision, the guy.
The Bill Cosby sweet stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So long as that's not happening, cool. Like so long as
I don't care.
So long as it's not an actual crime, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like a detrimental
games
crime.
And I will buy them.
Yes. It's kind of the same. Like he's a bit of a twat, Cliff Bleszinski, but
yes, he is.
Holy crap, at Epic, he made some great games with like Gears of War. They're brilliant.
He did.
And Gears of War is Cliffy B. Now let's put Bungie in crisis. What a shocker! Yeah, I know. Today is a day that ends in Tuesday in Y, so it's today.
Man, you don't understand. Well, I know Pete understands, but people out there don't understand. Bungie was like my life, probably my identity, which is bad, for what, 2000?
Basically between 2000 and
2010.
Yeah, but between 2001 and 2010, they were firing on all scale. Like since Halo Combat Evolved to Halo Reach, they didn't put a foot wrong anywhere.
Yeah, and I was just like, now they started getting shaky on ODST, which people will argue.
Oh, shut up! No,
See?
No.
See,
ODST is brilliant. It's underappreciated.
It's a good game.
Oh, it's
a good game.
underappreciated. Suck out. Reach sucks.
Yeah, Reach is when things really started to hit
It's
sucky.
like I'm afraid to say you don't need to tell the game of what happened to the Fall of Reach because everybody knew what happened to Reach if you just played
Yeah.
Halo 1 and 2. You knew it. You didn't need to play through it. Although that ending was devastating.
Yes, it was. But it was like you knew the ending. If you knew the lore, you knew the ending.
Yeah, I know, but it was
and
also very weird because it advanced the gameplay like in a way that shouldn't have ever been advanced. Like it's like they added all these like sub abilities, and it was like you never even had
Yeah.
this available in the
They
other
were
game. So how does
That's
it?
the
Why are
thing.
you giving it to the noble team and not actually the Master Chief? It's stupid.
Exactly. Like they were trying to keep up. That's really where the misstep started. They were trying to keep up with quote unquote modern gaming at the time. But by doing that, they were making the past more advanced than the present, which you could do if it fit the lore. It didn't.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it just didn't make any sense.
Nope.
And
Not
then
at all.
and then 343 got a hold of it and
Well, it
WTF.
was also the fact that Bungie didn't want to make any more Halo games, but Xbox wanted to make Halo games, and it was like, well, what do we do? All right, 343 are now involved in it, and we're gonna bring people in who have no clue what Halo even is.
True.
Yay!
Start. Okay.
I know. We already have. We've already gone down the pipeline.
That's true. Yeah.
But obviously, as a result of it, Bungie went independent. They did their own thing. Then they partnered with Activision, which was a really bad idea anyway, but it was successful for the early stages of Destiny's life.
It was.
And then they went independent again, which was great.
Which was great.
And, whilst I didn't necessarily enjoy the game as much due to the grinding aspect, I can understand the great delivery method for story that they had with a live service game. It was fantastic. What they did with Destiny 1 and 2 in terms of the story was epic. Like, I don't think we'll ever really be seen again in a live service game. And it's such a shame because that is absolutely their peak, like what they did best. Even with all the changes of people that weren't involved any longer, like they still were knocking out some incredible stories.
They were. Ugh.
And then the final shape just completely ruined it. Sorry.
Oh, I miss all that hype though. Can we just have a game where we can get hyped about again?
Forza Horizon 6. No, I'm joking anyway. So should we talk about some studios that were having some issues now appear to be moving in the right direction? In air quotes. In air quotes. Okay. Sorry, I remember that people do actually listen to this podcast rather than just watch it, so I had to do the old in air quotes. Yes. So you seem to recall that a certain large group made several massive purchases and have probably not really been heard of much since then.
Right, okay. Which one? Because there was two.
We are talking about the monolith known as Embracer Group.
Okay, it's going to be Tencent or Embracer.
No, we're going to talk about the Embracer Group today because they have announced that its intention to split into two public companies. Let's just say this might be for tax reasons. Let's just call it as it is, probably.
Oh, right.
But we're going to talk about the implication of this because a new spin-off taking over it, with a new spin-off taking over its biggest game IPs, including Tomb Raider.
Oh, right.
So, Fellowship Entertainment is planned to be established in 2027 and will be a, quote, IP-led entertainment company built around the development, publishing, and licensing of games with a single centralized business plan. The new company will take over stewardship of the Lord of the Rings IP and game franchises such as Tomb Raider, Darksiders, Dead Island, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Metro, and Revenant. So studios joining the new company will include 4A Games, Crystal Dynamics, Dambuster Studios, Dark Horse Media, Eidos Montreal, Fish Labs, Flying Wild Hog Studios, Gunfire Games, Middle-earth Enterprises, Red Octane Games, and Warhorse Studios. So Embracer will operate as a highly decentralized organization with distinct strategies across its business segments and oversee IPs including Destroy All Humans, Desperados, Gothic,
Oh.
Killing Floor, Kingdoms of Amalur, MX vs. ATV, Reanimal, Ride, Screamer, Titan Quest, and Wreckfest, as well as the licenses for Hot Wheels Unleashed and SpongeBob SquarePants. Are you following so far? Because this sounds like a lot. So companies remaining with Embracer include Aspire, Beamdog, Crazy Labs, Decker, Demure,
Any of those?
DPI Merchandising, Limited Run Games, Milestone,
yes.
Play On Partners, Play On Pictures, THQ Nordic, including 35 studios and subsidiaries, Tripwire, and Vertigo Games. So, according to the announcement, the split will allow Embracer more flexibility to pursue mergers and acquisitions, while Fellowship focuses on its studios and publishing efforts. So, Embracer Group's current CEO Phil Rogers and COO Lee Ginchard will transition to become the CEO and COO of Fellowship Entertainment, along with CFO Muge Bullion. However you pronounce it, French name probably. A recruitment process for the new CEO and CFO for Embracer has been initiated, the company said. Lars Wingfors, chairman of the board of the Embracer Group, said in a letter to shareholders that the main rationale to spin off Fellowship is to, quote, increase management focus to capture the full joint potential of the IPs, their respective communities, and some of the best game developers in the world. He said, just like Asmodee and Coffee Stain, we believe Fellowship Entertainment will thrive the most by becoming its own standalone business. We think the assets held by Fellowship Entertainment are among the most undervalued in the industry, and I feel it's my duty as the largest shareholder to change this and create a structure to realize their full potential. I'm convinced that Fellowship Entertainment could reach industry-leading profitability and show healthy long-term organic growth above the industry average. Sounds promising, yeah. So Wingfalls went on to acknowledge Embracer's now notorious acquisition spree, which resulted in the thousands of layoffs and multiple studio closures as part of the 2023 reset, which also saw it sell Borderlands maker Gearbox and Saber Interactive. The quote is quote, even if, for some, we have become closely associated with industry layoffs, the reality is that we've worked hard to retain as many people as possible through a very difficult period while balancing the needs to drive a profitable business operation. That reflects our commitment to our people, our portfolio of beloved IPs, and the promises we made to entrepreneurs. Looking back at the large adjustments we made in 2023, we decided not to do a hard US corporate style headcount reduction, but to give a number of studios and IPs the chance to prove themselves. So we're going to discuss this a little bit more, but there was another Embracer bit of news as well. So I wanted to tack this on as part of it, and I think it will become very obvious why I've done so. Because the new steward of its biggest game IPs for Embracer will, quote, more actively explore external partnerships for franchises including Legacy of Kain, Saints Row, Deus Ex, and Time Splitters.
Oh, goodness, Pete. That could be good news for both of us.
I know, which is why I included it. So, on Wednesday, Embracer Group announced its intentions to split. So, we've gone through all this. So, commented on its, I'm not going to go over that, commented on its licensing plans to let shareholders, chair of the board, said Embracer would increase its efforts to work with partners. So that included that. I'm just sort of skimming through this story to sort of see where it's done anything that's different from the previous. So, Karen.
And it says, I do wonder where they're going with the strategy. I think that I assume that they knew they bit off more than they could chew. You should never just buy things willy-nilly.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
So now they have to do something with all of that because nothing's profitable.
So anyway, just coming back to this story, it says, uh, so Fellowship would increase its efforts to work with partners on many IP, includes the biggest franchises like Tomb Raider, Lord of the Rings, Time Splitters, and so quote, in addition to expanding our largest transmedia IP, the Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth, and Tomb Raider, we see great great potential to invest our own capital in and form new partnership with other our largest other AAA IPs such as Kingdom Come Deliverance,
Yeah.
Dead Island, Darksiders, Remnant, and the licensed Metro series. Apart from
Good.
the
I love
largest
all those.
IPs, we will more actively be exploring. Jesus Christ, this is badly written. External partnerships around our roster of other well-known IPs such as Saints Row, Legacy of Kain, Deus Ex, Red Faction, The Mask, Thief,
Red Faction. Well,
yeah, I know,
Red Faction
amongst
is
others.
part of Saints Row. Anyway, yes.
Yeah. So, quote, Dark Horse will operationally become part of the new IP and licensing business unit with a track record of co-producing films and TV shows with partners in Hollywood. Notably, Embracer Group cancelled and in development Time Splitters reboot being worked on by the original creators and closed Saints Row developer as part of the strategy. So yeah, it's not really been good, but we know that anyway. So yeah, they're making strides by the sounds of it to try and change things.
Yeah, which I'm hopeful for. I mean, obviously it's to maximize profits, but
of course,
I mean, at least that's movement because before they were just they were collecting them like Pokemon and not doing anything with them.
They were, but this is where I have to go into this story with a lot of trepidation and go, but you promised this once before and then you rug pulled. You helped fund a new Saints Row game and it turned out to be complete crap.
It's terrible.
Even though you sang its praises.
I tried to.
Times.
I hung on as long as I could, man.
I know.
was like, yeah, no, it's gonna get better. It's gonna be so.
I know. And I hung on as long as I could when it came to Time Splitters, and then I knew it was a pipe dream waiting to happen. But you know, I'm a sucker to hope to want Time Splitters to come back for God's sake. So I hope, like I sit here with massive pessimism to the fact that I will ever see Time Splitters ever return. So if it does ever get announced, and the only time I'm ever going to get excited about it is if an actual teaser and an announcement of the game and a release date and a full trailer comes out and they give a firm date and playable demos, that's when I'll go, okay, you might have me finally. But until the point where there is a playable demo out to the public and a solid release date that doesn't get moved 20 times, then I am going to sit there and say Time Splitters is dead.
Yeah.
And it pains me to say it because I love that damn series.
I know.
God.
But I understand the cautiousness. I do.
So you know the meme. You'll know the meme that I'm going for here. It's the Hawkeye meme. Please don't give me hope. No, don't give me hope. I don't want the hope anymore. I've accepted the Time Splitters as dead a long time ago. I don't need it again. Why you do this to me, man? Anyway, so we're going to finish up with a trio of stories, but they're all relating to the same company because there is some very interesting stuff that's been going on with them. So I'm just going to check the date on this one. Right. Yeah, I've got a timeline for this. So let's talk Sony, shall we?
Okay.
Because there are 3 stories that happen with Sony, and I wanted to get them in the right way because I think it forms a very interesting narrative being set down with them.
Right, okay.
So, we all know that Herman Hulst took over from Lion Ryan, and I'm going to say it, he's probably no better, if not worse, than Lion Ryan, which I thought was absolutely astonishing.
Yeah, I was surprised too.
So Herman Hulst, over the last week or so, has been on record to talk about their current strategy. And this was a story that was rumored a while ago, and there's now an actual confirmation of it because Herman Hulse told staff this week that PlayStation's single-player games will no longer come to PC.
Oh, what that? Okay.
So
Okay.
earlier on in the year,
it.
so I'm going to go over this for the people who obviously may not have heard the story or new listeners. So hello, new listeners.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us. Earlier this year, Bloomberg cited people familiar with Sony's plans claimed that the company was pulling back from its plan to release its upcoming games on PC, with future single-player games set to become PS5 exclusives. The report claimed that while Ghost of Tsushima eventually got a PC report a few years after its release on a PlayStation console, the sequel, Ghost of Yotei, won't be coming to PC after plans for a port were scrapped earlier this year. Now, in a post on social media, Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier, often known as being a knob, but sometimes does good work, claims that PlayStation's Studios CEO, by the way, let it be remembered that Jason Schreier knew everything that was happening at Activision Blizzard when it was happening and decided to write a book on it to make money.
Yes,
Remember that. Remember that. This same Jason Schreier. Anyway, just wanted to be noted. So claims that PlayStation CEO Herman Hulse told staff at new single-player titles from PlayStation, such as Ghost of Yotei, Saros, and Marvel's Wolverine, will remain console exclusives. In the original report from March, Bloomberg claims that multiplayer titles like Marathon will still release on multiple platforms, but it appears that Sony's cadence of releasing titles such as Spider-Man, Last of Us, and Horizon on PC several months or years after the original release is over. While PC players celebrated Sony's move to bring more titles to PC, the delayed release schedule and often undercooked ports meant that the PC versions of some titles sold shockingly few copies. I don't think that's true. Some of them sold reasonably okay. Let's not forget the what was the game? Why do I forget the bloody name of the game? The motorcycle game, Day Zero. Or Days Gone. Sorry, Days Gone.
I was gonna say, wait, yeah.
Yeah, Days Gone sold surprisingly okay actually on PC. Thank you very much for a game that was apparently dead. So anyway, this came out, so it's seemingly been confirmed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next news story came out. Let's just say. Actually, this one came out first, but then this one came out first, but then that one obviously came out. So it was a couple of bad news stories for Sony because PlayStation Plus is increasing in price for new members.
Yep, that's crazy to me.
Beginning on the 20th of May, so it's long past now.
But
PlayStation Plus Essentials will start at £7.99 or $10.99 US or €9.99 for a 1 month subscription, and £21.99 for 3 month subscriptions, $27.99 US or €27.99. Marks an increase of $1 or £1 for 1 month and $3 or £3 for a 3 month option. In a post on the Twitter account, they cited the ongoing classic excuse that every company have used for the last year. Mm-hmm. Ongoing market conditions.
Yeah, delivering digital content should not be affected by anything, there's no supply and demand there.
No. So, quote, this price change does not apply to current subscribers except in Turkey and India, unless the existing subscription changes or lapses. So basically, if you've just bought a PlayStation for a increased price, by the way, since the last time,
which again,
you're now going to charge them more money to play PlayStation for PlayStation Plus, which is an actual requirement to play online or do any online content except downloading patches. This generation sucks, man.
It really does. Really does.
So in April, as part of the recent changes in effect to galvanize Xbox fans, Microsoft announced it would cut it will cut prices to Xbox Game Pass, having previously raised them just months earlier. Yeah, just remember that they raised it and then reduced it back to the original rates because so Sony had implemented a significant price increase for the PS5 consoles across the world. The global economic situation has piled further pressure on game console manufacturers, which historically have reduced prices over time.
Usually.
So at this stage of the PlayStation 4's life cycle, the console was retailed as little as $200.
That's just insane.
Yeah, and obviously, this obviously talks about the rest of it, talking about Nintendo's announcement that they were raising prices of the console, which we spoke about earlier. So So in current day 2026, we are seeing further increases of both subscription services and console prices, despite the fact that parts clearly should be getting cheaper, but they are not.
Yeah, should be.
They are not.
Should be.
So, how do you think that they're going to how do you think Sony reacted to all of this potential bad news?
They threw a party. What did they do, Pete?
They announced the PlayStation State of Play.
Of course they did. That's what people really want to do.
This might interest you, though,
gosh.
because the Sony PlayStation State of Play has been announced for June 2nd, so we will be talking about that probably in a few weeks, maybe. Probably not.
Maybe.
Well, I would stream it, but it's at 10 p.m. BST, so no thank you.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no, you'll be asleep and I'll be dead. It's fine. So the showcase will be an hour long.
Wow. Okay. It's been like 45 minutes lately, so.
Well, the last one was over. Last one was over an hour as well.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll include an extended look at Wolverine.
Well, okay.
As to be expected, because it's the only real, other than Saros that's just come out, it's one of the only games that they've really got coming out this year.
Yeah.
So it's confirmed Wolverine's confirmed to release in September. So there's no surprise really. It's also being quoted as well that it's possible that Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls will feature at the showcase.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And
that makes sense.
What are they talking about? Says that the article says that it will feature at it's possible it will feature, and it's set to release just 4 days after the stream. I didn't think Marvel Tokon was coming out until bloody August.
Yeah. Maybe it's a sort of shadow drop-ish way thing.
Yeah, hang on.
They probably need money.
No, it was officially announced in June 2025, so I don't know what they're talking about. Where the hell is that?
I don't know. But
yeah,
it makes sense.
6th of August. Yeah,
right.
So that's incorrect reporting, I'm afraid. Thanks, VGC. So, yeah, a trio of PlayStation stories there that are very interesting. And how do you think the Sony fanboys reacted to all of this?
Oh, gosh. Just gargled that Sony juice. What?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
We know how Sony ponies are.
They were like, oh, single-player games going to PC. That means loads of stupid PC players are going to have to stop being broke and spend money on a PlayStation console. Nah, I'm alright, cheers. I've already got one.
Yeah.
Don't really want to actually kind of want to get rid of the damn thing.
Nothing has come out that I wanted to play.
No. And then the PC fans then turned around and went, ha! We've got free online. Suck it, Sony fanboys, for your PlayStation Plus increase. And then the Sony fanboys were like, we're eating good because State of Play. Woo!
Well, they can suck it.
They did, and they swallowed everything they were given.
They did. They did.
I am not going to say the phrase that I once said before because that was quite disgusting. I will tell you after the stream if you don't remember what it was.
Okay.
I'm not mentioning it again on an actual podcast because it was a bit much.
Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, this sucks. This generation sucks so much off.
It really, really flippin' does.
Which now
It
explains the PC that I'm on pretty much all the time now.
Yeah.
To which I might be, because I brought some money back from all of that, I might be doing more upgrades too.
Hey, I mean, you got it. Flaunt it.
Doing what I can. Nana's put, I don't buy Asher Sharma as a good leader, to be honest. I'm not sure. I think time will tell, but some of the stuff she's doing feels very much like a, what's Elon Musk doing?
Ugh.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to go out for community feedback on a social media. No, have a vision, deliver the vision. That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
I understand where they're coming from in that respect. It's like, we want to give back to the fans. We want to do this, but actually the problem is that a lot of the Xbox fans have not really given a crap about some of the horrible stuff that they've been doing. They've just been doing exactly what the Sony fans have been doing and just going, "Yay, Xbox, we'll still buy it. Yay, Redfall was great." No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Anyway, whatever. That's the show. I've had enough of the news now. I'm hot.
That sounds good to me. Well, how long was this show?
An hour and a half.
We didn't do too bad. We didn't do too bad.
Yeah, I had a lot of news stories to cover, and we got from relatively quick.
Did.
Spoke more about games we played, which is fun.
I drank a lot, so
yay.
There you go. But we do thank you so much for joining us. Now that we're back, baby. Beer. But
how many Futurama references can we fit in?
I like all of them. But with that said, that means, Pete, we need to know where else they can find you out there in Disneyland.
I'm not in Disneyland. I'm in Never Land.
I was going to show off. I got the Mandalorian color changing cups, all of them. I got all of them. But anyway.
Why?
That'll be next week's. Because they're cool as AF. Not because they're Mandalorian, but because they're metal and they change color. But I will show those off next week.
But that means you had to go and support Disney.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't care.
Star Wars is now getting close to being a dead franchise.
Oh gosh, yes it is. I'm going to agree with you there, Pete. I am going to agree with you there. But anyway, yes, where can they find you, Neverland?
You can find me dealing with social media and dealing with the editing of this podcast and dealing with everything on this podcast because that's how it works. Anyway, Kylie is the talent. She shows up.
Well, yeah, I just show up. Can you read that? I was going to let Pylord read it.
Live fast. Live free.
Because, it says American. I was wondering if anybody was going to notice that. My hoodie says American. And he goes, as an aside, does the bottom half of Kylie's hoodie say, "Don't judge me,"
no,
which also is a sentiment?
It actually should just say, "Don't tread on me."
Tread on me. I moved to the UK. Live fast, live free.
So basically, you moved to the UK because you didn't want to. You didn't enjoy people saying "Don't tread on me." You were like, "Please, Daddy Government, let me do everything to me you want."
Tread on me.
Yeah, I enjoy it. No, I'm joking. Let's not get political. Anyway, the other podcast you can find me on is the Never Watchers. There is currently a Top Gun Maverick episode out that was released just before I went on holiday. We will be back. We've got two Marvel things to cover in the next few weeks, which is Daredevil Born Again Season 2 and Punisher One Last Kill, which I've watched both, and I have very, very strong thoughts about both.
Interesting.
So you can find that podcast on good and sometimes bad podcast players across the web.
That's true.
By searching The Never Watchers.
That's true.
Kylie, where can they find you and your streaming endeavors?
You can find me hiding in a corner crying. Normally. But
when I'm not doing that, you can find me on...
Yes, when I'm not doing that, you can find me over on twitch.tv/. KILEY_WILDE. I picked up a follower, 2 followers in the wild.
Yay.
Because I sell furniture,
Mm-hmm.
used furniture. And so I was selling selling something to them, and they were like, they saw a setup of the gentleman I take care of, Alan, who works from home. And they saw it because he's got like all this fancy stuff, whatever. And they're like, "Oh, does he stream?" Okay, Alan doesn't come out of his cave ever. He doesn't talk to other humans. He would have a heart attack if he was streaming. So I was like, "No, it's me. I'm the streamer."
I
And
do.
they're like, "Oh my gosh, we love streamers so much. Oh, it's so amazing." And then they followed me.
Nice.
So you can follow me too at the address that I gave earlier, because I drank a lot of tequila and I don't remember what I said. But I do stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Right now I'm streaming Bendy and the Dark Something, and
Dark
Wednesdays is
Revival.
Life is Straight. That's it. And then Fridays is kind of up in the air. It's supposed to be Scary Days, but I'm kind of locked into 2 series, so sometimes on Friday I just play whatever I want to play because
Wing it.
I just wing it. I'm gonna do it live. But with that said, we do thank you so much. Oh, also follow me over on YouTube and TikTok.
True, but we've also got a couple of other things that we need to quickly
Pete's
deal
gonna
with.
do house cleaning stuff.
Yes, so for first two, make sure you go to www.rapidreviewsuk.com for all the latest reviews and all that for AAA and indie video games, as well as hardware and tech. There's been some really great reviews over the last few weeks, so get on it. The final thing is that there is going to be a minor change to the podcast. It's not major, it's minor. There's going to be 3 episodes a month now, rather than 4 or 5, depending on how many. Because the final week of the month is now going to be turned into a live community night, where on that Sunday night we are going to be playing many a community game. Where obviously, if you watched whilst I was away, Kiley did with Gorney, Mike, Rowan, Nana, and several others in our chat, including Danko.
And people in chat joined in. It was amazing.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put together a great list of community-led games that are, have more than 4 players. We're gonna put them available for people to play and download and get involved and play it with us. We'll put the date out.
Probably start a channel in the Discord.
Yes, or we can create a new thread in the podcast one to then do that.
Okay.
So come and join the Rapid Reviews UK Discord. Or the Kiley Wilde Discord, the Fart Squad, and there will also be that too, so we can collate on that.
Yeah.
And get a few suggestions for some games that people want to play, and we're just going to go we're just going to go and play them. I have a few suggestions of games that we'll play, but I'll do that afterwards and may discuss it on the stream afterwards, because we also do a pre and a post show live on Twitch at twitch.tv/Rapid Reviews every week.
It's true.
So end of housekeeping. Also, thank you to the new subscribers that we had on Twitch over the last week or so for the last stream. That was ridiculous, and thank you very much.
So amazing. So amazing. Cannot thank you enough for that.
I know, I've just seen how many gifted subs there were, because I wasn't live, but it was like, my God. So thank you to those gifted subs, and thanks to everyone who got a sub. If you manage to get a sub, go thank it in kind. Gift a sub to someone else that you know who likes
video games
and chat
and chatting. Yeah, that's what we do: video games and chatting.
Yeah.
Which I think is the name of someone else's podcast.
It might be, but I don't know who that is, because he's not currently here at the moment and doesn't exist.
He's not either, is he?
I'm joking.
Pilot says, I was disappointed with the lack of Nanocam. But yes, that leaves me to say thank you so much for joining us. It has been such a fun show being back.
Oh, it's nice to actually be back doing normal things again, although I do miss my sunbed.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
But it is good to have Pete back and me not messing up things in the background. The
That's still,
controls and stuff.
I mean, that still happens anyway.
I mean, it does. It does.
Hmm.
But I have drank a lot of tequila tonight.
Do you remember your sign off?
I'm trying to because I get confused with my actual podcast, not my podcast one, my streaming one. But yes, no, thank you so much for joining us. We've enjoyed having you and we enjoyed being back. All that leaves me to say is we will see you and talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Rapid Reviews Radio Podcast. You can watch the recording of the show live on Twitch every Sunday evening at 7 PM UK time at www.twitch.tv/rapidreviews. You can also watch the podcast on YouTube, search Rapid Reviews 5534, and you can also watch the video version of the show on Spotify, just search Rapid Reviews Radio. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, a rating, or a comment on this episode. You can also follow us on Twitter at rrradiopod, as well as on Blue Sky at rrradiopodcast.bsky.social. Also be sure to visit rapidreviewsuk.com for all the latest reviews and previews.